And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
I like to keep my eye on what Gamewright's doing. I think they put out some fantastic games, mostly for children or families. But, I'm always interested to see if they're doing anything else. Or I have children, so I'm always looking for those kind of games, too. Now, I didn't find out about this game, though, until it won a Mensa Award. And I have to say that the Mensa Awards really don't hold a lot of water with me. They don't, I don't know, sometimes I think they just randomly pick games. Mensa is known for having a high IQ, but the games that win don't necessarily need a high IQ to win. So anyway, we're not talking about the men's games. Instead, we're talking about one of their nominees, and that would be Tiki Topple. Now, Tiki Topple, okay, that's kind of fun to say, Tiki Topple, Tiki Topple. But what is the game really about? The game is about trying to manipulate so that your tikis are on the top, hence the game's name. Each player, each round, is going to get one of these cards. This card shows you what you want to happen this turn. For example, here, the ultimate combo for me would be have Akimai in first place, Huhu in second place, and Kapu in third place. Or orange in first, yellow in second, pink in third. However, pink I can have in first, second, or third, and I'll get 2 points. Yellow I can have in first and second, and I'll get 5 points. And orange, if I have it in first only, I'll get 9 points. And there's several of these cards, so you'll never know what combo different players have, and possibly you have the same card as someone else. The game board itself here has this ridge down the middle, and in this ridge, you're going to be putting the little tikis. Now, you use the shapes on the back of these tikis in the beginning to show what group that they go with. So, for example, all these have the same shape, and then these 3 have the same shape, and then there's 3 more. That's random other than that, and it doesn't matter which group goes where. But there you can see there's 9 of these in place, and of course, you want to have the one up here, the Tiki Topple. Of course, that's not going to help me because I want orange up there. Each player has a set of cards. These cards, one color on the back, and then the different things you can do on the other side. You simply take one turn to play a card and do what it says. For example, this card here says 3 Tiki up. I play that. I pick one of these. For example, I pick purple, and purple goes 3 up. 1, 2, 3. Moving everything else down. Purple then goes into its spot. Then there's Tiki Topple, which is taking one of them and knocking it to the bottom. So brown, I have just Tiki Toppled you. We no longer want you at the top. And then there's also, players have 1s. You can move 1 up 1. There's a 2 where you can move 1 up 2. And then there's these Tiki Toast cards. Each player has 2 of those, and that's where you take the card, the Tiki on the bottom, and he's dead. Now yellow's on the bottom. And if you have 4 players playing, you'll see lots of these being killed as the game goes by. Now, if there's only 3 left, the game immediately ends, or if everybody runs out of cards. If you have to play a card that you don't like, for example, let's say the situation's like this, and I'm green, and I want orange to be in the top 3, but all I have left in my hand are Tiki Toast, I have to play Tiki Toast and kill my orange piece, or the orange piece. I guess it's not mine. Anybody can have it. So I actually like these. I like how this works out. I really like this board and how that it has this indentation, and these hard plastic tikis slide up and down it very easily. The cards were also good quality, and everything fits well into this box. You can see the pawns that are used there for keeping score, but the box itself holds everything very nicely. The game itself is very simple. You're trying to get your tiki in the top, but you only have so many cards, and sometimes there's really not much you can do. It's kind of an interesting game because you're trying to manipulate what you want to the top. And that's a feature I really enjoy in games. I like having games in which I'm trying to control different pieces. Kremlin, maybe, is a good example of that, where I'm trying to get my people into positions of power. So is Tiki Topple the simplified version of Kremlin? Well, I'm not really sure that's the case. But it is a good game to play with families, or just even as a casual game with other folks. I found people really enjoy it, but it doesn't have a lot of staying power because you can keep doing the same thing over and over again. You'll find yourself talking about other things. The artwork is good. I like these are the back of the secret cards here, and it's back and forth. There's a lot of I just killed the purple piece, and across the table someone else is biting their tongue because they really needed that purple piece to get in the top 3. And you'll find the scores go back and forth because you might do well in one round, someone else will do well in another round. It's very light and very enjoyable. The pieces are high quality. I would say this is a good family game. If you're playing with kids, they'll do well. You'll enjoy it. You might beat them a little bit because you might know a little bit more about how to bluff and move a piece up that's not your color, just to have them move it down and then kill it. And then, well, that wasn't one you wanted at all. But it's a good teaching game in that regard, and it's not that evil in a sense where you're killing pieces, but you're not necessarily hurting another player. Yeah, you might be hurting the goal that they have on their card, but it's not that bad. And I found that kids enjoy it, and everyone has a lot of fun playing it together. And A+ on the component quality. And everything's fun to say. The names of the different tikis, saying the name Tiki Topple, just, it's fun. And fun for families. So those are the people that I would recommend get this game. Excuse me here why I move these pieces around. It really is a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.